Did you know you can advertise on podcasts?
Don't act like you're not impressed.
Find out more at podvertise.com.au. That's podvertise with an s.com.au. Oscast. The Mental Health Show with Mark Aiston.
Well, I had the pleasure of meeting my guest on the program today. A couple of weeks ago, we had a really good chat, and she's a really interesting lady. Her name is Fang, and she is the owner, and she runs a business called Meridian Connection, and it teaches Tai Chi and a whole range of relaxing programs. And I was lucky enough to attend one of those classes last week. And it was just sensational. And even though I wasn't involved, I actually left quite relaxed. And I'd like to introduce Fang now. Fang, welcome. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you.
Are you relaxed? Are you nice and relaxed?
Yeah, I'm pretty with this beautiful weather.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's wonderful, isn't it? Yeah. Are you relaxed all the time? Because you teach relaxation. Are you relaxed all the time, or...?
Oh, being honest, no. Well, you know, that's one of the good reasons for me actually to practice Tai Chi and Qigong. So keep me in a very balanced position in life and cope with, you know, everyday life, like all changes we all confront and adversities. So yeah, having a young son, 5-year-old, I guess, you know, there's certain times that I wouldn't say that I'm so cool and relaxed. But I guess with deep breathing and, you know, just withdraw a bit and see things a little bit differently, learn from, you know, Tai Chi. Yeah, it definitely helped.
And you mentioned deep breathing. I mean, Tai Chi is so much more than that. For our listeners, what is Tai Chi?
Tai Chi comes from China originally, and it is commonly known as moving meditation in the West. So, if maybe some of you have seen people practice Tai Chi in the park, and very slow, gentle, and meditative movement. So that's one of from the, you know, physical movement perspective, that's kind of Tai Chi feature or characteristics. But because you breathing deeply, you know, with those meditative, slow and gentle movement, you soon start to breathe deeper and slower. Your mind begin to become present and clear. You feel better and more relaxed. So you see in this activity or exercise, in Tai Chi exercise, you can activate your body physically, but at the same time, the amazing thing is you also can relax your mind because you can be present and completely yourself.
Well, how long ago, I mean, how old is Tai Chi?
Well, I guess has been practiced by over centuries. I was about to say by Chinese initially, and because these days we all face, you know, stress and you know, the world is pretty hectic and ever changing. So over 300 million people from I think it's called Health Daily paper. They said around the world to practice Tai Chi every day.
Is that right?
We also have a World Qigong and Tai Chi Day. So it's called One World, One Breath each year.
Well, yeah, that's good. Good name. It's very appropriate. Very, very appropriate.
Yeah.
So, what was the catalyst? What was the reason for you to want to get involved in Tai Chi in the first place?
Well, I had no choice, if I may say. I started when I was 5, and at the time my parents both practicing and teaching Tai Chi.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, you know, regardless the weather, and I have to get up each morning and to go out, unless I was really sick. Otherwise, I would be out there with my parents and to practice Tai Chi. And sometimes as a young kid, I didn't feel like I want to train. But now, I realize how much I benefit from Tai Chi and how much I have grown as a person, with the support of my Tai Chi masters. So it's really worthwhile. Such a rewarding journey for me.
Yeah, I want to talk about your masters in a minute. So did mum and dad, did your mother and father, did they teach as well, or did they just do Tai Chi?
In China, most people have sort of morning exercises in open areas such as park. We were lucky enough because we live on a military base, so we got a mountain behind us. So we got this beautiful mountain with various open spaces that we can use. So both of them teaching and practicing. I think the teaching is really good to learn from your student. While you're teaching, you also have to be very clear with what you do, and you have to let people understand. There's lots of different levels. I think teaching and the learning, the hands by hands, the both ways to improve.
Because when I came out to your studio the other day, it was very much a relaxing 1 hour. It wasn't, and I think there's a bit of confusion, because Tai Chi to a lot of people also is fighting, is like karate, isn't it? So explain that to me.
Well, Tai Chi's creation is based on Yin-Yang theory and Taoism. So the story in Chinese history mentioned Zhang Sanfeng, who is the creator of Tai Chi, and the creation is based on when he watched the animal fight. Mm-hmm. And then from the nature that he actually created this. So self-defense and attack at the same time, obviously depend on situation. So for Tai Chi, the fundamental is for self-defense, but they have the martial arts application in the form. So that's how it started. And also it's during the wartime in Chinese history, so that's how it started. So definitely it has martial arts application and elements. But these days, because people more focus on their own health and well-being, particularly for relaxation, strengthening, health, balance, flexibility, etc. So I guess, it changed a little bit, or should I say it evolved over decades. To become more health-driven exercise.
Rather than the physical combat.
Yes.
Yeah.
However, having said that, it does not, abolish the martial arts elements. So, for example, then through, the forms learning and practicing, I also explain sometimes depends on the group, obviously, whether they are beginners or intermediate levels. So we explain to them, the application. So the purpose is to allow them to understand a bit better. Also, there's a Tai Chi pushing hands practice.
What is that?
Pushing hands is like two people, you and me, we pushing hands. So through that, you push hand, you listen, mainly listen. And sense. Listen each other.
Wow.
You listen
But you're not talking?
No,
but you listen. What do you listen for?
Listen the energy flow.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You listen the body. You listen the movement. Just like the breeze of wind. You feel it. It's there. It's not there.
That's interesting. Well, I spoke to a lot of your students after the class, and one of them in particular, his conversation with me stuck with me, because I said, what was that like? He said, I float out afterwards. I float out. Explain that.
One of the things really that I'm driven to provide and share with the class and my student is to highlight the importance of energy flow through Tai Chi practice. That's probably one of the reasons why my school called Meridian Connection Tai Chi, because meridian is the energy line in Chinese traditional medicine.
I wondered about that. Okay.
Yeah, so meridian lines, there's 12 meridian lines through the body, and then there's one major in the front and the major in the back to connect the front and back through the mouth. But that's a little bit, if there's too much, then you don't have to.
No, but that's interesting as to why it's called Meridian Connection. Yeah. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah.
But when you relax, see, there's a couple of things very important that's I call Tai Chi treasures. So the first one is breathing. So you take breath as energy. When we do shallow breathing, when people get anxious or stressed, lots of people don't get even enough, just oxygen-wise. And I think for Tai Chi to have this conscious deep breathing is very important to bring people grounded at the same time, bring some relaxation or reduce anxiety. So the breathing brings the energy through the body with conscious deep abdominal breathing. Abdominal breathing,
yes, as opposed to the
shallow chest or whatever, without this consciousness. Another thing is full body awareness. What I mean by full body awareness is we have a beautiful skeleton bone structure. So when you stand, you have, in my class, I would say we got the feet apart, the shoulder width, the knees above the feet, and then the hips above the knees, and then shoulders above the hips. If you look at the structure, the bone will take the heavy lift of your standing position, and the muscle can be relaxed. When muscle relaxed, all the vessels within, as a consequence, as a result, will be more relaxed. And then when everything is more relaxed, and blood flow is better, your circulation is better. And also because in Tai Chi, we open inner joints with intent, with our movement. It's gentle, it's slow, it's meditative. So you can see that the body accumulates the energy, like from small lakes or stream, and then gradually building up, become a big ocean, and that going through the body. So there's a saying in Chinese TCM, the traditional medicine, where there is a block or there is a stagnation, there is a pain. So what you can see, what Tai Chi from the healing perspective is trying to go through those stagnation or blockage. When they disappear, they break through and the energy flows through, then there is no pain.
One of the other guys I spoke to, the tall one.
Yeah.
The first guy, what was his name?
I think it's Luke.
Luke, yeah. So I spoke to Luke and I asked Luke what he got out of the class, and he's been doing it for a while. And he said, it was really interesting, because he had an accident, as you know.
Yeah.
And so it for him, it heals pain. But what was really interesting was that he made the point to me that he looks at that accident now as a gift. It's weird, isn't it? But I can understand what he was saying. And to explain that, what I mean by that is that Luke said that if he hadn't have had the accident, he wouldn't have done Tai Chi. Isn't that an interesting philosophy?
Yeah, I think I had some conversation with Luke, and definitely he have gained so much health benefit, not just to reduce pain, but as a better person. Yeah, just in overall life situation. And I think he took this in a very positive way, and so lots of gratitudes.
Yeah, very, very much so. And all of the other people that I spoke to, they were also calm. I mean, are they calm? Is that how you find it when people come to your classes, that you notice a change in their demeanour, in the way they are as people?
Absolutely. I mean, people always feel so much better after the class. compared with when they first started the class. And they all, from time to time, come to tell me, oh, I'm glad that I came. I had this and that happened, and I almost did not make it, but I'm so glad I did. Because I feel much better.
As you know, I'm very interested in the mental health of people, and at the moment, a lot of people are struggling as a result of COVID and all the restrictions and just the uncertainty. What's your knowledge and experience in relation to what Tai Chi can do for one's mental health? And I guess that sort of links in with anxiety, doesn't it? And just going too fast, going 100 mile an hour.
Well, I think mental health definitely is a big issue in the society, and I think we all have a responsibility to, ask people around if they're okay, if you see some signs. We all should start with ourselves, to have self-care and look after ourselves, our own health and well-being, with the mental health. So I think Tai Chi plays a quite important role in this. Because you see, there's various things, when people, for example, have pain or chronic pain, it does affect physical and mentally.
Absolutely.
There's no doubt about it.
It gets them down.
Yeah. And they feel that they can't, control. It's very frustrating.
And restrictive.
Absolutely. So when Tai Chi physically can reduce pain, studies have shown that Tai Chi can reduce chronic pain and various other, health benefit. But from pain perspective, reducing pain is a big thing. For example, people have arthritis condition, rheumatoid arthritis condition. It's very painful, it's restrictive. So when people actually can improve the flexibility to do more things in life and enjoy more, I guess that, from another way, improve their mental health.
Yeah, they're happier.
Yeah, they're happier because things are under control. They find purpose and hope in life.
That's a good point, yeah.
And another thing I think with mental health is when you do Tai Chi, because Tai Chi really represents the nature, the yin and the yang. See, being active represents or refers to yang, being active, yeah? But being still, subtle, and quiet refers to yin. Tai Chi has perfect combination of both. So the peacefulness within you, your mental, your mind, quiet, peaceful, and relaxed.
And that doesn't mean, and I remember you saying this to me the other day, that doesn't mean that you're not moving.
No. But actively moving the body.
In a peaceful state.
In a peaceful mental state.
Yeah.
So I think Tai Chi practice provides the balance, the yin-yang balance, and balance in life. So when you have balance in life, everything's better. Better health, more joy and happiness, and prosperity. So I guess in a way, because Tai Chi can allow you to relax and physically active, and it really helps with the mental health. And it's important just to have a few simple Tai Chi moves. You don't have to spend huge amount of time each day. Say 10, 15 minutes just to break that vicious cycle. The accumulation if people get stressed.
Absolutely.
And in the mind all the time without getting, the way to release. Then Tai Chi just allow you to be present and focus on inner self, finding that inner peace for a moment. I think that really helps.
How do you connect with someone who joins for the first time, for example, and you don't know them? What's your style? My style? Well, I think I just allow people to be themselves. I guess, we all... we all have the experience when we first learn something. We all beginners. In many ways, we're the same. For me, it is great opportunity to learn from them, even though I'm their teachers. I still learn from them every day from my students. So I guess if the first class they come, and I just let them to be themselves, being present, and
just having that inner peace they can experience themselves, whether that's through breathing, whether that's through just a gentle movement themselves. Because it's very important to actually, from a teacher's perspective, to give them the student the headspace just to experience. Yeah.
To allow them to be confident.
Yeah, and I will be there for them. I will be there for them if they need help.
I also spoke to two special people. Tell our listeners about those two special people and what you do for them and what they experience.
Nicole is a lovely lady, and she has, physically, there's some things that she can't do. Obviously, with medical conditions, she's quite restricted with, her mobility and other things. I guess one of the wonderful things of Tai Chi is everyone can do Tai Chi because it's so gentle on the body. Unlike many exercises, if you had injuries or, you had chronic conditions like Nicole, it is very difficult. But Tai Chi actually allows Nicole to do what she can do. And because it's a mind-body exercise, you use the mind first. Like you allow the mind to lead the movement. So there is no limitation. If you use your mind to lead, there's no limitation. So for Nicole, what I can see is she can do just as everybody else do through the mind. And it's moving meditation. So she pretty much, as she said, she enjoy and she know what's the limitation she has. And she just take it accordingly and move the way that she feel comfortable and relaxed.
And you do that one-on-one, don't you?
I do it one-on-one with her. Yeah. Make a tailored program for her. Obviously, it's depends on each individual situation.
And the other young lady
is Katie. So Katie has some intellectual deficit, as her mother described, once with me through Tai Chi. For Kitty, there is no gap, which means she is fully connecting with Tai Chi practice.
And she told me that.
Oh, great!
She told me that.
Oh, that's lovely. Yeah.
She told me that. So
for me, that is just so wonderful. As a teacher, it's probably one of the most rewarding things for me to hear from people is Tai Chi can connect them with their inner self above a certain, the framework that the society put into, and Tai Chi can just bring that like a bridge. There's no gap.
And do you do one-on-one with others?
Yes. So over years, I have trained many people on a one-on-one basis. So this, I offer private training upon request. And lots of people come with, previous martial arts background, hard styles, and some of them had past injuries, failed surgeries, and other mental health concern. So I think, they've been doing with me for a long time. Some of them with me for 4 or 5 years. I guess there must be something good of Tai Chi and Qigong that keep them going.
Well, everyone I spoke to there were just over the moon about it. Now, you're not going to like the next couple of questions because they're about you. And I know you don't like talking about you. So you won a couple of titles. Now, come on.
I attended international competition and won the championship 3 times.
3 times?
Yeah, consecutively. The intention to go, to be part of the international competition is really to learn from other people. And I guess that is a global platform for me to exchange and learn from others and see the world, from different perspective. From the Tai Chi perspective, but also see from people, learn from them. So it was a great experience. And And the bonus is, if you get a medal or two.
Medal, yeah.
Yeah.
And where were they? Whereabouts?
It's in my hometown, Qingdao. Yeah, it's in Shandong province. Qingdao is a sister city of Adelaide, and Shandong province actually is a sister, has this relationship with South Australia.
Oh, okay, yeah. And what's the format of the championship? Is it every year? Does it run every year?
Yeah, it's people who obviously register from all over the world.
All over, right? Okay.
Tai Chi fans or instructors or enthusiasts, you call them, and they come. Obviously, you will be into different age groups, and there's men group and the women group, different age groups, and then you have it called 套路. 套路 means forms, and different styles.
Oh, okay.
So there's 5 major Tai Chi schools. There's Yang style, Chen style, Sun style, Wu style, and Wu style.
Are they all different, really different, or are they just subtle changes?
Very good question. I mean, they actually, the principle is the same as we're talking about based on the yin-yang theory and the Taoism. They are the same in that perspective, but they have different, little bit,
subtle differences.
Subtle characteristic change. Yeah.
So how physical is it? Is it full contact?
It physically, obviously depends on the person. And if you practice Tai Chi for an hour, it's a moderate. Actually, there's a certain study done and see Tai Chi as moderate cardio exercise. So moderate intensity cardio exercise. Yeah.
And so when you're taking someone on, are you wearing anything on the hands or elbows or face guard or anything like that?
Oh, from that, no. If it's a 套路, which means it's your performance, so you will do a form. There will be judges, and then they will score you if that's in the competition environment. And but there's pushing hands.
Yeah,
even in the pushing hand, there's no such thing like you got
you don't
the
need
cover
anything.
or
Wow.
No. Yep.
How long ago did you win your last one?
Long time. I've been overseas for over 20 years.
Oh, really?
I used to.
How old were you when you won?
20.
20. Wow.
Yeah.
Mum and Dad would have been proud of you.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And after that, what did you do? You stay overseas for a while, or did you come here?
No, I went to Europe.
And what did you do there?
I did my international business management study, did double degrees.
And were you teaching then?
Yes, I was teaching at the same time.
Yeah. Tell me about the Grand Masters that you trained under. I'm really interested in this.
Well, I have been so lucky to meet my Tai Chi masters in China. We call 师傅, here call master, I call 师傅 in Chinese. So one is 薛师傅 or 薛老师, another one is 胡老师, 胡师傅. So they're just wonderful people. I mean, you talk about Tai Chi, and I mentioned before, it's to achieve balance in life. So what I have learned from them is not just about the Tai Chi skills and techniques. It is really to explore and to grow with Tai Chi learning, with Tai Chi practice about your life in this world. So, as I said, I'm so grateful to, for my masters to train me, to give me what they have. And that's why I'm so passionate to share what I have with others.
And so you trained with them for how long?
I started 5.
Wow.
So I had the time I met also a few other Tai Chi teachers. So I had some martial arts background, Changquan and other styles, Mantis, Tanglangquan. And then from there I quickly moved to Tai Chi and Qigong, still doing all styles. So I did, they call in the external martial art in internal martial arts and external martial arts. So the hard ones is called external martial arts, and the internal martial arts is more like cultivate qi, energy flow, and that's more qigong, tai chi, and xingyi, bagua, etc. So I've been doing all to benefit, and because you can always learn from various styles. And with my master, just lucky because Hu Lao Shi, my master, who actually also had Shaolin background. So I had learned a lot from that martial arts perspective from him.
And what's that mean? What's Shaolin?
Shaolin background. Shaolin, it's, the Shaolin temple in China.
Yeah.
Focus on strengthening the body. Strengthening the mind, self-discipline, but really lots practice in martial arts application.
Well, what's the most significant thing, do you think, if you could pick one thing that you learned from those masters?
Being humble and show respect to people. And grounding yourself, being grounded. Yeah.
That's very important, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very, very, very important.
Yeah.
Are they still alive?
Yeah, both of them.
Really?
Yeah, my master, I just give you an example. This is funny thing. He's in his 80s, right? Last time when I went back to visit him, this is Xue Lao Shi, the master Xue, and her hands, like 18 years old.
This is a female?
No, it's a man.
Oh, man, sorry.
But what I mean is, because, years and years Tai Chi practice, his hands just so soft.
Really? So
soft.
Why?
Always soft and warm.
Why?
Why? Because qi. Because energy flow. Because over, this whole thing when the body is completely, like you see your body like plumbing system.
Yeah, yeah.
All the channels opening up and coming to your hands, and the skin is just the manifestation, I guess, of all this flow, energy, qi flow.
Wow.
So the hands has no aging sun, his hand, and so soft and always warm. It's really nice to shake his hand or just hold his hands.
Probably, unlike mine, which are really hard and sort of scaly. I need to do more Tai Chi, I think, Fang. I need to start doing it anyway.
Like a water.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. And so when was the last time you were in contact with one of your masters?
Oh, I've been in contact with them I still been in contact with them. Not often, but from time to time. Yeah, always say hello and see how they are.
And they obviously, it's been their life, has it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's been their life.
Yeah.
Wow. How people can get in contact with you? I presume a website. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So you can visit www.meridian-connection.
Okay, that's important. Yeah.
.com.au.
Yes.
Or if you simply Google Meridian Connection Tai Chi, you probably will find where, the first one on the homepage, on the first page.
Yeah, good.
Another thing is once you get there, if you have any questions, you can always click Contact Us button.
Oh, good.
And then you go to a web page where, the email address is there, for your health at meridian-connection.com.au. That's the email address. It's a long one, but, if you click, get to the website, click the Contact Us.
Yeah.
It'll be there for you. Just simply send me an email, whatever the question is. I will reply you within a day or two. Or there's my contact number 0425-845-788.
Just give that again.
Yeah, 0425-845-788.
So the classes that I saw, when are they on generally?
Well, there are 2 regular weekly classes at the moment. So there's Tuesday morning 10 to 11. The class is in Brighton, and then Wednesday evening 6:30 to 7:30. And that's in Harley Cove. And the detailed venue location is at the website.
On the website, yeah.
However, next year we're going to increase more classes. So there will be a Tuesday morning and evening classes. There will be more classes on Wednesdays. And the website has all the updates. If you're okay with the website, and you will get all the update information there. If you prefer to just have a personal chat, and please feel free to give me a buzz. And yeah.
And you do workshops as well.
Yeah.
So just explain what they are.
Workshop is very great for people who actually, can't commit to regular weekly class. However, really keen to learn Tai Chi and want to get a gist or some essence of Tai Chi practice.
So is that allowing them to do it themselves? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. So each workshop normally will give people, for example, I have conducted workshop in the past doing a Qigong called 8 Pieces of Brocades, which has been promoted over centuries and, in various countries these days from the health department. So it's really good just to have, that one weekend or something that you focus on learning one form, and from there you can have a start.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, there's also online resources at my website just for you to have a look.
Including workbooks and stuff.
During
like
the
that,
COVID-19, I did the 30 days Stay Calm to Tai Chi online program. It's all free, so people can have a look. Yeah.
It's wonderful. Fang, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mark, for having me.
No, that was wonderful. That was absolutely sensational. Thank you so much. My guest, Fang, and if you're interested, you've got all of the details there, and I'll also put something up on Facebook.